All right, what's up, guys? How are we doing? It's the first stream of 2022. Hope you guys had a good, New Year's. Hope you had a good weekend. We're back to talk about this big Monday slate, 10 gamer. News-wise today, we have gotten some news that we will touch on. We're waiting for news, on Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr. with the situation that happened in Houston. We didn't really know heading into today if those guys were going to play or not. Well, they got suspended, so no Christian Wood, no Kevin Porter Jr. for Houston tonight. Obviously, a scary spot against Philly. A lot of blowout risk here, but I think Daniel Tice should have to play a ton of minutes. He's going to project as a really good value now that Christian Wood's out, because obviously Şengün's out as well. If this game can stay close, I think Jae'Sean Tate, Jalen Green offer some upside too. So that was something I wanted to hit on. We also got some news from, I forgot where else did we get news from. From Dallas. So Porzingis rested yesterday. He was expected to play today, but then he got put in health and safety protocols. So Porzingis is going to be out for Dallas, which definitely, makes a guy like Maxi Kleber look like a pretty good value. I'm expecting Maxi Kleber to start. He's only 3,600. He's someone that I definitely have interest in as a paydown option. And then Minnesota could maybe have Towns back today. Karl-Anthony Towns is listed as out on the injury report, but he tweeted out earlier today a picture of him like a gif of Vince McMahon walking out, like he, basically Towns was kind of hinting that he could maybe be back today. So keep an eye on that. That's definitely big news that would change the slate a lot if Towns returns. For now, I'm expecting him to be out, but based on his tweet, Cat could maybe play today. If he does, obviously that would hurt Anthony Edwards. It would hurt Naz Reid a ton. I like Naz Reid a lot for value if Towns is out. But if Towns plays, that's obviously going to, kill that. That's one of the late games, so it's really tough to kind of gauge, how to approach that. I think for now, I'm just going to expect Towns to be out, and if that's the case, I really like Naz Reid, who we talked about yesterday in the video. But that's really all the news so far today. So if you guys have questions, you can start throwing those in chat. We will talk through the slate, answer questions, and we'll be live till about 6:30 Eastern. Got a message from Coley, Shake, Tyus Jones, Jalen Green, Tate, or Eric Gordon. I think I'd take Shake there. I did forget about that. So Philly, we did get word that from Philly, Tyrese Maxey's out now for the Sixers. So with Tyrese Maxey out, I am expecting Shake to start. I think, they could start Korkmaz and just play like Seth Curry at point guard. But if Shake winds up starting, I do like Shake a lot as well as a value guy. So 4,300. We know Shake can produce when he gets minutes. He's too cheap if he winds up starting. So I think I'd take Shake there, Coley. But that's kind of close. It's definitely close between like Shake and Tate for me. Jae'Sean Tate, I think, offers a lot of upside if the game stays close. But that's a big if. Could you talk Yahoo as well? If you have Yahoo questions, you can throw those in chat. I'll answer Yahoo questions too. This is more of a Q&A. I'm not going to break down the slate or anything, but if you have questions, you can talk about those. South Carolina in the house. What's up, Noah? Thoughts on LaMelo? LaMelo, I think, is always a good tournament play. I don't think LaMelo gets any ownership today at his price point. I think in terms of pay-up options, Jokic, Harden, Bradley Beal, I think those are going to be the guys that get most of the ownership. So, yeah, LaMelo in tournaments, you can always go there. He's always a good tournament play. Thoughts on Simons and Beverly? Anthony Simons, I think, is one of the best value plays on the slate. I'm expecting him to start in place of Dame. We know Anthony Simons can produce when he gets minutes, and especially without CJ McCollum, without Dame, without Nurkic, he should play a ton and should take a ton of shots, should get a lot of usage. He's projected for almost 40 DraftKings points, which is just absurd. Anthony Simons is 4,100, and he's projected for almost 40 DraftKings points, so that should really tell you all you need to know. Any prize picks you liking? There were some prize picks I did like earlier today. Now, lines have kind of moved a little bit since this morning, but Daniel Gafford's fantasy points I still think looks pretty good. It's gone up from 33.5 to 35. But I think in this matchup against Charlotte, like Gafford could smash here. And he should play a lot of minutes if it's a close game. He's been really good these last few games without Montrezl Harrell. He's been getting big minutes. So even though that's gone up a little bit, I still like the over on Daniel Gafford's fantasy points. I think Bradley Beal over 9 assists. It was 8.5 earlier. It's 9 now. But like his last 2 games without Spencer Dinwiddie, 10 and 17 assists for Bradley Beal. They've been starting him at point guard. He's had a lot of potential assists. I think Bradley Beal can easily get us a double-double, get us double-digit assists. So I like his over on assist as well. And then some other ones, like I think Cade Cunningham's projection's a little bit too low, 32 fantasy points for Cade Cunningham. If we expect him to play 34, 35 minutes, obviously there's some risk there because they could get blown out against Milwaukee. But 32 fantasy points for Cade, I kind of like going over there. And then I was hoping that PrizePicks would add an Anthony Simons projection. Right now, we don't have any projection on Anthony Simons, but I will be looking for one because I think whatever they project Anthony Simons for, it's probably going to be too low. But those are a few picks I like for PrizePicks tonight. And if you guys want all my picks for PrizePicks, along with the entries that I'm playing myself, you can check out Patreon. That's available, on Patreon, link down below. Would you fade Miami Miami Heat players? I mean, Miami, I don't think there's any standout plays on Miami today. I think Yurt7 is still a fine center option. PJ Tucker could return today, and if PJ Tucker plays, that's going to hurt Yurt7 a little bit. But, I still think Yurt7's in play. But, Lowry, Hero, Jimmy, where they're priced at, I don't think they really stand out. There's a lot of games today, you can just kind of, cross off. There's definitely some games I'm really just not that interested in. That's kind of one of them. Luka, Durant, Trey, or Curry. Give me Luka there. Who's a must-play at center tonight? Must-cash play at center tonight? I mean, Naz Reid, if he starts at center again, is going to be a really good value. Daniel Tice without Christian Wood's a really good value. I think Daniel Gafford is still a really good play. So, those are guys you can definitely play at center in cash. Ja or Beal? Give me Bradley Beal. Brooklyn center's out, so going Claxton. Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge is out. I mean, I think that helps Claxton, but I will say that Claxton's not, super cheap or anything, so I still don't think Claxton's a standout play, even with Aldridge out. Higher interest in KJ Martin or Tice? I think Tice, just because he'll probably play more minutes, but obviously, if the game gets out of hand, if Houston gets blown out, KJ Martin would definitely see a lot of blowout run. But I think Tice is going to have to play as many minutes as he can, because they don't really have any other bigs that they can put on Embiid. They're probably going to go small and play Jayshawn Tate at the 5 whenever Tice isn't on the floor. Because this Gawarba guy, whoever this is, he just got put in health and safety protocol, so he's out too. So I'm guessing the backup center is going to be Jayshawn Tate. I guess he's going to have to play the 5. So I think Daniel Tice plays 30 minutes if it's a close game. Could play more. Any interest in Jalen Green? I think if the game stays close, Jalen Green offers some upside. I think if it blows out, that probably hurts Jalen Green. I don't think Jalen Green would play in a blowout. But without KPJ, without Christian Wood, I mean, that's a lot of usage available. And I think Jalen Green should be taking shots. I think Eric Gordon, Jayshawn Tate, those guys should have a pretty heavy role too. I think Tate, we've seen Tate have some massive games before. I think Tate's the guy that kind of offers the big ceiling. Tate could triple-double. I mean, obviously, I'm not expecting that, but he has triple-double upside. He can do everything when he's on the floor. LaMelo, Vooch, DeRozan, give me LaMelo. Winslow, a sneaky play over KJ Martin. I don't have that much interest in Justice Winslow. He came off the bench last game, even with Marcus Morris out. I don't know how much Justice Winslow played last game. Obviously, Morris is back today. So Justice Winslow last game played 26 minutes, and that was with Marcus Morris out. Now with Marcus Morris back, I don't think I'd be going there. Batum is questionable, so if Batum plays as well, then I would totally be off Winslow. That's just kind of a late slate play. I don't think I'd be going to Winslow on the main slate. The Warriors hoodie? This is not a Warriors hoodie. This is a Lakers hoodie, my man. Lakers hoodie. Capella or Edwards? Give me Capella. Thoughts on Detroit, guys? I think now that Cade's back, now that Killian Hayes is back, I mean, Hamidou Diallo and Sadiq Bey have been crushing lately, but they're so expensive now. You just can't pay these price tags for Diallo or Bey. I mean, Detroit's still missing a lot of guys, but with Cade back, with Killian Hayes back, I just don't think you can pay $8,700 for Diallo, $8,500 for Sadiq Bey. I mean, they project so bad at those salaries. You just can't go there. And if Sadiq Bey goes out there and puts up 50 tonight and Hamidou Diallo puts up 50, then so be it. But Detroit's a team I think for the most part you can almost fade today. I think Luka Garza, if he starts at center again, is fine, but like there's no standout plays from Detroit. How's this, my man? Anthony Simons, Bradley Beal, Nasir Little, Naz Reid, Daniel Gafford, Terrence Mann, Grayson Allen, John Morant. I think Grayson Allen, for me, that all depends on if Middleton plays or not. If Middleton plays, I don't think I'd play Grayson Allen, but if Middleton is out, I think Grayson Allen's an okay value. The rest I like, though. Top 3 value plays at shooting guard or center. I mean, value at center, you're looking at you're looking at Naz Reid on Yahoo if Cat's out. Gafford is somewhat cheap. Shooting guard value, I don't know if there's much shooting guard value on Yahoo. I think you're probably just going to want to pay up for Bradley Beal there or play like Will Barton in the mid-range. Can you help me with doing tiers? I mean, I don't even look at tiers, man. If you have like tier-specific questions, you can ask, this player or this player, and I'll try and answer it, but I don't even look at tiers. Favorite spend-up options, it's probably Jokic, Harden, Bradley Beal, those 3, in my opinion. Garza or Yurt 7, I would take Yurt 7. Ibaka, Tice, Winslow, DJJ, Nwaba, or KJ Martin. Give me Tice there. What's your opinion on Lyles and Perry? I mean, Trey Lyles, I don't really have any interest in. I mean, with Luka Garza playing center right now and playing most of the minutes at center, like I think Trey Lyles is just going to be like the backup center. And then like Reggie Perry? I mean, I would not be playing Reggie Perry. I mean, he's minimum salary 3K. He played 26 minutes last game, but that was a blowout. So, I mean, I guess obviously, Portland could get blown out here, but yeah, I would not play those guys on the main slate. 7K forward tonight. Let's see. 7K at forward. I'd probably say Norman Powell. Just without Dame and without CJ, without Nurkic. I mean, Norman Powell, if this game stays close, like he has a big ceiling just because he's going to be one of the guys taking all the shots for Portland tonight. Gobert, Harris, or Diallo. Give me Gobert. McLemore in play. Yeah, I think without Dame and without CJ, he's a riskier option because he's really scoring dependent, but they're going to need someone to shoot the ball. And Ben McLemore last game got really hot off the bench. He could definitely get hot off the bench again. And, if he does, I mean, I think he's just going to keep shooting because they don't really have anyone else. So, yeah, I think Ben McLemore is a viable, punt play. Favorite power forward on Yahoo, it's probably Kyle Kuzma, Daniel Tice, one of those guys. Maxi Kleber, you could play too. Thoughts on Capella on Yahoo? I mean, I think Capella's a solid option. It's a good matchup against Larry Nance. I think Capella should be able to dominate on the boards. He should play a lot of minutes too. So, yeah, I think Capella is a fine option. Now, I will say that, at center today, there's a lot of other standout plays. You have Gafford, you have Naz Reid, Daniel Tice, you could play at center. Obviously, on Yahoo, Daniel Tice is a power forward. But, I think Gafford and Reid look so good at the center position that it's just really tough to prioritize Capella, especially if you're only playing one lineup. Do you like Terrence Ross? I think Terrence Ross is fine, but man, there's nothing I really want to be playing from the Magic today. I just don't really like any Magic on this slate. Obviously some blowout risks there going up against the Bulls, who are pretty much fully healthy now. Tice, Kleber, or Ibaka? Give me Tice. You like Saben Lee today? I mean, I think with Killian Hayes playing, I wouldn't be that interested in Saben Lee. I think the only way Saben Lee gets there is if it's a blowout. What you eating tonight? You haven't talked about your girlfriend's cooking in a while? I have no idea. We had some fajitas last night that my girlfriend's parents made, and they were really good. Don't know what we're eating tonight, though. I usually don't decide that till after I get off the stream, till after lock. Then we kind of figure out dinner. Capella, Garza, or Gafford? Give me Capella if you have the salary. Nurkic in? Yusuf Nurkic expects to play. Okay, well that is big. Wow. I did not expect that. So if you... I'm guessing they've already took it down. Let me see. Yeah, they already took it down. I was about to say, if you play on Prize Picks, you could have took the under on Larry Nance, but it's already off the board. Man, I did not expect Nurkic to play. That kind of... I mean, I don't think that really matters too much for Simons or Norman Powell, but I think obviously Larry Nance is, his value is gone now. Because I assume Larry Nance will go back to the bench. But now Nurkic, man, Nurkic looks really appealing. Without Dame and without CJ, Nurkic should be able to just get a ton of opportunity here. I guess he'll play his full minutes. I haven't seen any word of a minutes restriction. It looks like... Okay, so Nurkic himself tweeted out Center Yusuf Nurkic has cleared health and safety protocols. Sources tell me I'm expecting to play Monday night against Atlanta. So Nurkic himself tweeted that out. So yeah, well there you go. I mean, that's kind of big. I mean, I like Nurkic as a tournament option now. It sucks that, you know, all the good plays are at center today. You have Gafford, you have Naz Reid, you have Tice, but man, like Nurkic I think looks really good. He's 7,100 on DK and he's $22 on Yahoo. Like, that looks really tasty. I mean, Gafford's 19. I still like Gafford a lot, but man, $22 for Nurkic. Without Damon, without CJ, like Nurkic could feast here. That definitely changed some things for sure. On Yahoo, how does Campazzo, Beal, Harden, Powell, Bay, Ross, Year 7, Simon sound? So Campazzo, Beal, Harden, Powell, Bay, Ross. I think that's fine. You know, Bay is not as expensive on Yahoo as he is on DraftKings, so I think playing Sadiq Bay on Yahoo is fine. You like Embiid more with Wood out? I mean, I don't think it really matters too much for Embiid. I think Embiid should dominate regardless. The only issue with Embiid is that, you know, you have Jokic, you have Harden, you have some other guys you can pay up for, but Embiid still could feast, and I wouldn't be surprised. Jokic and Beal on Yahoo, good pay-ups for sure, for sure. Tate or Nance, I would definitely take Tate now that Nurkic is playing. I would be off of Larry Nance. Now that Nurkic is playing, I have no interest in Larry Nance. What's the best play for 3,400 or less? Well, if you could find $100, I would try and play Daniel Tice, because Daniel Tice is 3,500. Because I would want to play Daniel Tice there, but 3,400 or less? I mean, man, there isn't much down here. Maybe like Killian Hayes at 3,400. I mean, that might be your best bet. If you can, try and find $100 and play Tice, because he's probably your best like pay down option that cheap. Any interest in Anthony Edwards? I think, you know, if Cat's still out, with Russell out too, you know, there should be a lot of opportunity for Anthony Edwards. I know he took a ton of shots last night. He just didn't shoot the ball well. He took 19 shots, 0 for 6 from the 3, 36% from the field. Like, he's going to shoot the ball 20, 25 times. So, yeah, I mean, I think Anthony Edwards is definitely a good tournament play. You think Kobe takes a big hit? Yeah, with Lonzo back, I would not be playing Kobe White. I'd assume Kobe White goes back to the bench. Diallo in play on Yahoo for $28. Any better options at small forward? I think I'd save salary and play Norman Powell or Marcus Morris. I mean, Diallo's still fine, but like, you're definitely overpaying for Diallo right now. Now that, you know, Cade is back, Killian Hayes is back. Capella or Gobert? Give me Capella. I have no idea what. Yeah, I heard some people talking about some Prize Picks promo that like a lot of people got promo funds added to their account. I didn't get any promo funds added to my account, so I don't know what it was. Kuzma, good play on DK at 8K. I don't think I'd be playing Kuzma on DK. I think if you play on Yahoo, you can definitely play Kuzma there, but 8K on DraftKings, it's really tough to play Kuzma. 6,800 util. Let's see. I'd probably say Norman Powell there. Kobe White or Jalen Green? Give me Jalen Green. Tate, Reed, Lyles, Little, or Garza? Give me Naz Reid. Reggie Jackson, Seth, Barton, Bledsoe, or THJ? Give me Reggie Jackson there. But I think that's close between Reggie and Barton. Any interest in Campazzo? I mean, I think with Campazzo's price up to 6K, like he's fine. But man, like I just wouldn't expect another 60-point game like he had last game. I think, you know, you definitely got the total ceiling from Campazzo last game. I still think without Monte Morris, Campazzo is going to start and play like 32, 34 minutes. But now that his prices come up a lot, I don't think he's like a priority play. Harden or Jokic? I'd say Harden. I think just because center is so loaded today, there's so many other good plays at center that it's tough to prioritize Jokic on this slate. But I still think Jokic is a strong play too. But I would take Harden straight up. Ja or Beal, points per dollar? Give me Beal. Bane and Jokic or Morant and Beal? Give me Morant and Beal. Harden or Jokic? Yeah, again, I'd say Harden, but that's a close one. DeRozan or Vooch? Give me DeRozan. Now, I haven't been making Showdown. I didn't make a Showdown video for Monday Night Football tonight. I have stuff on Patreon for the Showdown slate if you want to check that out, but yeah, no video for Monday Night Football, sadly. It's been really tough to get out like multiple videos trying to do NBA stuff. I think, you know, after today, there's no more like showdown slates. I think, you know, it's just going to be like the playoffs moving forward. So I'll definitely have NFL videos starting back, you know, especially when the playoffs get here. I'll be making videos for the playoffs. I think Nurkic being available just takes me off of Larry Nance. I think, you know, you can still play Anthony Simons. I think Norman Powell still looks pretty good. But, like, Larry Nance I would be off of for sure. Bane and Jokic or Morant and LaMelo. I would still go Morant, LaMelo there, the second one. Luka, KD, Curry, or Trey. Give me Luka. Reed being on the late slate's really screwing me. I know Cat end up playing. Yeah, that's the risk, man. Like, we don't really know if Cat's playing. Again, Cat is listed as out on the injury report, so I'm guessing Cat's going to be out. But based on his tweet, it seems like he's going to be playing soon. We don't know if it's going to be tonight or, you know, their next game, but I'm guessing that he's cleared protocols based on his tweet. Would you still play Ant if Cat's back? I mean, I guess Ant would still be playable, but he wouldn't look nearly as good if Cat's back. Thoughts on Jimmy for small forward on Yahoo? I think you're overpaying for Jimmy right now. With Lowry back, with Hero healthy, Jimmy's really expensive. I just don't think he's worth that price tag, to be honest with you. You can play Marcus Morris, you know, Norman Powell for half the salary of Jimmy. Avia Little or Terrence Ross? Give me Nasir Little. Any pivots off Beal ownership? I mean, there's plenty of pivots off of Bradley Beal. Like, Bradley Beal is going to get a good amount of ownership. If you want to pivot, I mean, you can play Zach LaVine. You can play John Morant. You can play, I mean, there's plenty of guys to play. I think Beal projects the best out of all those guys, but that doesn't mean that he's guaranteed to outscore all of them. I think LaMelo would probably be like my favorite pivot off of Bradley Beal. Is Kuzma too expensive? I think on DK he is. If you play on Yahoo, I think Kuzma's still fine. Any guard or forward plays for under $30? I mean, guard or forward, like, I don't understand your question there. I guess, like, you got, like, Kuzma, Norman Powell. Those would probably be, like, my first picks. Marcus Morris, those guys. Does that lower Capel's value in the matchup now that Nurk's playing? I mean, maybe a slight downgrade, but not enough to where I would be. If you had interest in Capella, I think you just play him. Nurkic playing is not what you want to see for Capella, but it doesn't mean Capella still can't have a good game. Nurkic hasn't played since 12/21. Yeah, when was the last time Nurkic played? So it has been a while. Nurkic hasn't played in about 2 weeks. So we don't really know if he's on a minutes restriction or not. And again, this is another one of the late night games, so I guess Nurkic is playing his full minutes based on based on his tweet, and based on that we haven't really seen anything else to specify otherwise. But yeah, that's a little concern, I guess, is that Nurkic hasn't played in 2 weeks, so he could be on a minutes limit. Tyus or Shake? I would say Shake if he starts. 5,100 forward on DK. Let's see. I mean, if you found $100, I would want to play Jayshawn Tate at 5,200, but like Naz Reid, if you don't have him already, I think Naz Reid's a really good play, assuming that Cat's out. And you can play him at forward on DraftKings. Any interest in Kleber with Porzingis out? Yeah, I think Kleber as a paydown option makes a lot of sense. He should play like 30 minutes. He's really cheap, so he's for sure in play for me. $20 util other than Gafford. Probably Yurt 7 or Reggie Jackson. I'd be playing one of those two guys. Luka and Edwards or Harden and Draymond. Give me Harden and Draymond. Favorite values, I mean, Daniel Tice with Christian Wood out, I think looks really good. Naz Reid, if Cat's out, I like a lot. Daniel Gafford, I still think's a quote-unquote value. Maxi Kleber with Porzingis out, I like for value. Shake Milton, if he starts in place of Maxi, is a good value. So those are 3 or 4 guys you could definitely consider values. Prioritizing Reid or Gafford. I mean, I think both are really good. On DraftKings, you can play Reid at power forward. You can play Gafford at center, so it's pretty easy to play both of them. On Yahoo, they're both centers. Right now, in my main lineup, I have both. Full transparency, and I plan on playing both. Hopefully Cat doesn't play. If Cat winds up playing, that's going to obviously not be great. Tyson Edwards or Kuzma and Tate on Yahoo. Give me Kuzma and Tate, but that's really close, William. Yeah, Middleton is expected to play, so that makes those Milwaukee guys just look a little bit less appealing. And obviously, like Grayson Allen, I don't think I'd be playing Grayson Allen now. Still high on Naz Reid. I think if Cat's out, yeah, Naz Reid's still a really good play. It's just that we don't know if Cat's going to be out. Based on his tweet that he tweeted earlier, he could maybe play tonight. We have no idea. Right now, I'm assuming Cat's going to be out based on, you know, that he's listed as out on the injury report. Cade, Lowry, Lonzo, pick one. Give me Cade, I guess, between the three. Campazzo, Jokic, and Gafford, or Embiid, Naz Reid, and Cade. Give me Campazzo, Jokic, Gafford there. Rozier or Hayward on DK. I don't love a ton from Charlotte tonight, but I think Rozier, I guess, if I had to choose there, would be the guy. With John Collins out, would you go to Okongwu? I would not play Okongwu. I mean, Okongwu's only going to play the backup center minutes. They're not going to play Okongwu alongside John Collins, or alongside Clint Capella, excuse me. It's not like Okongwu's going to play alongside Capella. So if Capella plays 34 minutes, that probably means Okongwu's playing 14 minutes. I don't think Collins being out really changes the role for Okongwu. He's just the backup center. KJ Martin for value. I mean, if the game blows out, I could see KJ Martin doing well, but I wouldn't be playing him on this slate specifically.
Oh,
we got a $100 super chat from Mark. Mark, you're a freaking legend, man. Noah, thanks again for all the support, insight, time, and expertise. GOAT. I appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate the super chat, buddy. You're a legend. Mark's been a long-time supporter of the channel, long-time donator. He's a Patreon member. I love you, Mark. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Are you high on DSJ and McLemore on DK? With Simons playing, I'm not that interested in DSJ. I'm expecting DSJ to come off the bench, and I'm expecting Simons to start. So if that's the case, I don't think DSJ looks that great. And then McLemore, I mean, McLemore, he's a really score-independent player. We kind of talked about him earlier. If he comes off the bench and starts knocking down shots like he did last game, he could do really well. You know, you're just kind of banking on him making shots. I'll say that. Morant or Trae Young? Give me Morant. Simons, Cunningham, Mitchell, Powell, Carter, Ross, Gafford, Beal. I mean, I think that's fine. There's some guys in there that I don't think I'd be playing on this slate specifically if it was my lineup, but in the end, it's your lineup. You do what you want. Simons, Beal, Marcus Morris, Reed, Gafford, Terrence Ross, Powell, Ant-Man. What's up with the Terrence Ross thing, man? I've seen so many Terrence Ross questions in the chat today. What is Terrence Ross's price? He's $4,400. I guess it's because he's coming off a big game, so people want to play him. I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to play Terrence Ross, go ahead. But, like, I had no interest in Terrence Ross today, to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of Terrence Ross questions today. You still have any interest in cheap Detroit guys? Not really. I mean, now that Cade's back, now that Killian Hayes is back, there's not much value from Detroit. Okay, Shake is not starting. I'm seeing in the chat. Okay, Wizards start Beal. Okay, Denny Avdija starting. Sixers will start Curry, Green, Korkmaz, Harrison Beats. So, yeah, I mean, that Shake Milton was in my core plays. I'm probably going to take him out now. Just because now that he's not starting, I mean, his minutes, I think, are a little bit riskier. I still think he plays like 24 minutes, but I would prefer to see him starting. So I'm definitely going to have to go update core plays on Patreon because I had Shake in there. I was hoping he would start. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. All right, we're going to answer this last question, then I got to get out of here. I got to go update Patreon content. Morris or Powell? I would take Marcus Morris straight up, Michael, but I think both are very solid. All right, boys, I'm out of here. I got to go update Patreon content. I wish you guys the best of luck tonight. It's a big slate. Definitely pay attention to news. We're getting some, guys are Hassan Whiteside out. Denny Avdija starting in place of Corey Kispert, so that's not too impactful, but definitely keep an eye on Cat news. I wouldn't be surprised if Cat randomly plays, but for now, I'm expecting him to be out. That's some big news we're waiting on. We just got a starting lineup for the Rockets: Jalen Green, Eric Gordon, Garrison Matthews, Jayshawn Tate, Daniel Tice. So that's kind of as expected. Yeah, I think we're good for tonight. Good luck, fellas. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back an hour before lock as always. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.